Blugoblin here. Apparently I forgot to shave. Hello and welcome to my comic book review for this week in October 2011. I know it's early, but I want to just wish everybody a happy Halloween. Oh, I got a lot of books to cover, yeah. And let's just get right to it, shall we? Alright, we're going to start things off with Venom number 8. Alright, I know I haven't reviewed issue number 7 yet, but I'll get to that. As soon as I get a chance to, I'll do a written review for Venom number 7 on my Tumblr page, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But yeah, I want to go ahead and talk about number 8 because it's fantastic. Rick Remender still does a fantastic job with this series. I am so digging Flash Thompson as Venom. It's very well done. This right here would have been all right with just the explanation as to how Venom was saved by Steve Rogers later on in the Spider Island story. But it's got a unique twist behind the scenes, and it's really done very well concerning, Flash's relationship with his father. There's a certain detail that's carried out throughout the book. It's a very big plot point, and it's what really sells this book. Very, very good storytelling. Just awesome stuff. I love the artwork. It matches the storytelling that's been told here. I'm still on board with Venom, and I think you should be too. Really, really well done. Time for the pick of the week. And the pick goes to The Amazing Spider-Man number 672. Yeah, I wanted to talk about Venom because Venom, storyline-wise, happens before this does, and I gotta say, wow, Marvel, this is an example of an event. This is how an event is done properly. In my opinion, this blew Fear itself right out of the water. Completely. 10 times over. Beautiful storytelling. Dan Slott is no slouch when it comes to Amazing Spider-Man. He is clearly the best Spider-Man writer we've got in this modern era. Humberto Ramos' artwork, yes, it is cartoony at times, but it works. It works here. I only have one nitpick about this issue, just one. Not enough wrap up with there wasn't an endearing scene from J. Jonah being cured, because I kind of figured if they just use one panel to show him being fully cured and then have him say this is still Spider-Man's fault, and stuff like that, that would have been great. But even without that small little nitpick is overlookable because of how good this was. Fantastic storytelling. I love how they short and simply explain how MJ was able to dodge the symptoms, or not dodge the symptoms, how her symptoms were much, much slower than everybody else's. It's because of her relationship with Peter, and that was very well explained. It was short and it was simple. It was right to the point. It was really done really well. Just good storytelling all around. I love the way the fight was won, both from Spider-Man and from the person who stopped the Spider Queen. I won't spoil that. But there's still just good wrap up, and I know the epilogue's gonna show more wrap up and resolve from what's going on in here. But this was incredible, and it was refreshing for me as a Spider-Man fan to see Peter and MJ back, technically back together again. And there's something that MJ says in this book that really hit me right here. And it made me feel like there could be a possibility in the future. I know, I'm a fanboy, blah, 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 Joe Q sucks, blah, 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 one more day blows, blah, 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 blah. I know. But there is a part of me that still believes that in the future we will see Peter and MJ back together again. Because, hell, it's meant to be. I feel like it's meant to be. She, you know, because of what MJ goes through, because of what she finally realized about Spider-Man and Peter Parker and everything, because of her realization, because of what she says in this book, because of the dynamic relationship and how Peter and her coexisted so well in this story, you know, how much they just seem to just click together. It was beautiful. But it took Peter Parker's mind to win the fight, and it made sense. It was well done. Just fantastic. I can't really say anything bad about it. It was that good. Wow. Alright. Enough nerding out about Spider-Man. Let's just keep going. Wolverine and the X-Men #1. Written by Jason Aaron and art by Chris Bachalo. Now, I know everybody doesn't... Now, I know there are some people who don't like Chris Bachalo's artwork. I'm one of those people who does like his artwork. And it works for here. But this felt like a stereotypical beginning of a story, beginning of a new series. This is so and so, this is so and so, that is so and so. They do this and they do that and they do this and they do that. That's what it felt like. But it was okay. I'm not saying the book was terrible, but it just felt like your average stereotypical beginning issue to a series. And it just introduced everybody, and that's basically all this was. Though I do like the new name for the school. It's no longer called Xavier School for the Gifted. I'm not going to say what the name is, but I myself, as an X-Men fan, I loved it. Great. Great touch. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, there was some funny things in here. I mean, the dialogue was great, but you know, like I said, average beginning issue, and I trust Jason Aaron with Wolverine and with some X-Men stuff, especially after Schism. Now, I think that this series could take off. If Jason Aaron knows how to write a good X-Men story, I think it could really take off. I say give it a try. Alright. The Flash, #2. Wow, I gotta say, this was just as good, if not better, than issue 1 was. We're getting some more great stuff here, some great scenes. This is moving much more still. I feel like this run of the Flash is moving much more steady than when Jeff Johns had it. Good stuff. Barry's starting to learn more and more about how to use his speed in a more intelligible way, and it works for the most part. I love the realization of once he learns this new power. There was a wink and a heh 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 to a classic Flash artifact in here that was kind of laughed at, but it's kind of like DC poking fun themselves, and I liked that. Nothing else really to say except this is very, very well executed. Francis Manapul does a terrific job with the writing and with the artwork. It flows very nicely. It's not slow. It's not dragged out. It's very well paced, very well put together. The plot is very plausible. The dialogue is really well. This is a Flash series that I would strongly recommend. It is that good. You know, y'all know me. I try my best to review books without possibly spoiling anything. All I'm going to say is this is, in my opinion, better than Jeff Johns' run, and that's really a shame, since I heard that Jeff Johns' favorite hero is indeed the Flash, and that's really kind of sad when his favorite hero turns out to be his worst series. All right.